What's up, everybody? It's Mike Alexander. Welcome to another episode of Today in Music. Listening to Nancy Sinatra, These Boots Are Made for Walking. That song hit #1 on this very date, February 26th in 1966. So a little over 50 years ago, that was top of the charts. Pretty cool, right? I thought so. All right. How are you guys doing out there? It's been a great day here in Southern California. It's been a little warm. It's been really frightfully cold the last few days, and there's finally a lack of chill in the air, which is lovely, because it's Southern California. It should be pleasant in, what is it, February. Anyway, there's stuff that happened on this date besides Nancy Sinatra's Chestnut. On this date in 1977, the Eagles' New Kid in Town was the #1 song. In 1980, U2 signed their very first recording contract with Island Records, thus launching an incredible, insanely great career. And on this date in 1983, Michael Jackson's Thriller became the #1 album in the country. And I think it went on to stay at #1 for at least 3 or 4 months. I mean, it was like epic. Other stuff today. People born on this day. Fats Domino, remember him? Blueberry Hill? He was born in 1928. He just died last October, actually. He at his home in New Orleans. Apparently a very nice guy and had a great career, and died peacefully surrounded by family. Can't say the same about Johnny Cash. Also died in this date in 2003. Those who are still living who share this birthday are Erykah Badu, Michael Bolton, and Corinne Bailey Rae, an eclectic group. Corinne Bailey Rae, if you don't know her, this British kind of soul singer, actually incredible singer, and she does a lot of jazz stuff too. She's kind of amazing. Saw her at Jazz Fest a couple years ago, and I think I stood like sort of transfixed for her whole set. She was just amazingly great. Other music news today. A few bands have announced tours. And let's see who they are. All right, so the Rolling Stones. Speaking of, here are a couple of ironies. Let me turn this music off because it's making me crazy. If I ever had an actual studio, where there was more control over my AV madness, then I would probably have an easier time. And then I want to make sure that you guys can hear this song, which I'm going to close the show with. So let me just turn the volume up on that. Yes. All right. Other stuff. So Joan Baez, you remember her, Bob Dylan's old girlfriend, has done, I don't know, she did a bunch of songs back in the 60s that you would probably recognize. Can't recall any of them off the top of my head. I'm sure she did a great version of Blowin' in the Wind. She announced today that she's going on her farewell tour. She is 77 years old, and so last chance to see her before she heads on down that yellow brick road. And ironically, a band whose age probably averages around 77, the Rolling Stones, announced today that they're going to extend their No Filter tour. They're going to hit Europe, specifically the UK, Ireland, which I think is still part of the UK. Is it not? I don't know. This is like one of the things, like with the Olympics just ending yesterday. It was like a constant reminder for 2 weeks of how little I knew about world geography. There were all these countries, all these places I'd never heard of. I went to college and grad school. I have no idea where half these countries are. Other bands that announced tours today, Metallica is extending their Worldwide tour. They announced dates that are going into like 2019. So you'll have plenty of opportunity to save up and purchase. And Imagine Dragons, one of my wife's favorite bands, just announced a bunch of tour dates. So I need to look at those in a little more detail after I get off with this video nonsense and figure out when we can go see them, because I know she wants to go see them. So not a whole lot happened in music over the weekend. Honestly, the Olympics wrapped up. It was sort of a, whatever. I think people were ready to move on. I certainly was. I'd seen enough bobsledding. But the most exciting thing that happened over the weekend was I found out that Janelle Monae has finally dropped some new music. Now, you may know her as, she was in that movie Hidden Figures. She was in oh my goodness, Moonlight. Thank you. I almost forgot. But she sort of took a foray and became an actor or actress. Well, I mean, she is an actress. Last year, and I was wondering whether she was going to put music on the side or if she was going to go back to it. Well, she went back to it with a sort of epic song, which is very reminiscent of the sound of Prince. In fact, on her last album, she did a collaboration with Prince, and then he died, and you know, that was fucking awful. But in any event, it's like my new favorite song for, I don't know, in weeks, and it's got this crazy guitar lick that I'm just going to play for you, and hopefully, you know, the YouTube police won't, you know, trash it. But anyway, this song is called Make Me Feel. It's from her upcoming album, which I think comes out at the end of next month, called Dirty Computer. And I just want you to check out this one incredibly funky riff, which is coming up right now. Anyway, that's Janelle Monae, and that's probably as much music as I can get away of playing without running afoul of, I don't know, the music police. That is it. It's sort of a disjointed today in music. Some tour news, some birthdays, some anniversaries, and Janelle Monae. So I would highly recommend that you go out and spend, what is it, $1.29 for the song on iTunes. It's called Make Me Feel. Get the explicit version. And look forward to her new album coming out, I think, at the end of March or maybe the beginning of April. That is it. I'm Mike Alexander, Today in Music, February 26, 2018. I hope you guys have an epically wonderful Monday evening, and I will check in with you guys later this week. Take care. Bye-bye.